And welcome back to Bay Area Focus, offering support groups, hotlines, and school services. San Francisco's suicide prevention works around the clock to help people in pain. And Nzinga and Mpenda will share their services. First of all, your name, so pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is an important topic, especially around the holidays, correct?
Yeah, correct. The holidays is really an emotional time for a lot of people, whether they're distant from family or whether they themselves are suffering some sort of depression or, having a particular challenge in life. And so we want to make sure that we're available to the community and for whatever challenges someone may be experiencing to contact us and to reach out.
Right off the bat, what's the hotline number?
Our hotline number, they can call our national line number, which is 1-800-273-TALK.
Okay, and somebody's always there ready to pick up the phone?
Always. We have volunteers for 24 hours a day. We're open 365 days a week.
Wow, and you guys get 200 calls a day is what I hear?
Yes, we receive approximately 200 calls a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And besides suicide prevention, you offer other services.
We do. So our crisis line is our primary line. However, we do have additional lines. Those lines include our HIV line. It's a nightline. That's a national line, so we receive calls from all over the country with that line. We also have a drug and alcohol line that for those who are needing support with whether they're contemplating quitting or they just want referral services.
Okay.
And then we also have our Linea de Apoyo, which is a primary, which is a Spanish-speaking line.
Okay.
And that's specified from 5 to 9 every day.
And you also have a grief response team, is what I hear.
We do. We have a grief response team. That's a new program that we're starting. And that team actually is dispatched into the community whenever there was a sudden or untimely death. And so those volunteers actually provide support to those families in need and sort of helping manage the situation, the scene.
Okay. And so for people watching out there that may know someone who's going through a tough time, what would you say to them?
We say to them to be supportive, and if they do not know what to do, to give us a call. Sometimes we recognize it can be frustrating, but we ask that they are patient with their friend or family member in need because they too have the primary struggle. And so we need to figure out what's the best way to support that person. And if we don't know or if we need support with that, to call our line because our volunteers can help provide support to the third party.
Okay, and moms and dads out there who might think that they have a teen who, is struggling with depression or something, what would you say to them?
If a parent feels like their child is struggling with depression, I would say and encourage that parent to really check in with their child. It's important to really check in with your child to see what's going on, what's happening in their social world. Kids seem to be a lot more, individuated at that point. They can talk to the schools. We have a youth program, which is important. So parents, if they want brochures, information, we can provide that to families if they're having any concerns about their kids.
And technology, oh my gosh, teens can actually text you guys.
Yes, there is a texting support service available where teens can text. We know that that's their primary form of communication these days, and it's a discreet way to really reach out for support if they don't really want to talk to someone at that point.
Okay, good to know. And you know what? You guys couldn't do this without all the volunteers and the fundraising that you do. We actually have some pictures of some of the fundraising organizations or projects that you guys have done. Talk about this.
Yes, so this was the recent 2015 AIDS Walk. We participate in that every year, and those proceeds actually go to support our HIV Nightline. So that was this year's team, and that's actually the Youth Outreach and Education Manager leading the way. And that was an event that we had last year as well, a fundraising event put on by students that we really appreciate their efforts.
Okay, and we have one more. And
this is our Laughs for Life event. That is our annual fundraiser that we put on, and that was from this year.
Okay, it looks like you guys have a lot of fun too.
We do. We understand that suicide is a very difficult topic, and we want to be supportive for to the community, but we also recognize that we have to support one another, so we definitely try to keep our environment light.
Okay, and just one little quick trivia tidbit. You guys started in 1962. That makes you guys the oldest in the U.S.?
Yes.
The oldest what?
We are the oldest suicide prevention line in the United States.
Started right here?
Started right here in 1962 by a British journalist, actually.
A journalist?
Yeah, TV journalist, actually.
Wow, there you go. Any other advice for people out there who are watching, especially around the holidays? I know it's a hard time of year.
I would, my advice to people is to really just check in with themselves to see what's happening, how certain events may be affecting them emotionally. And if they have any questions, if they're feeling down, if they're they're unsure of something and they need support, to really give us a call. We are there to support the community, and we want to make sure that they access us.
All right,
Yes.
Nzinga,
Great.
thank you so much.
Thank
you did
you,
such a great
Maria.
job. Thank you. And for more information on San Francisco's suicide prevention, log on to sfsuicide.org. That's sfsuicide.org. Coming up, a nonprofit that finds homes for animals in need.